Doctor, I want to go back to something Lindsay said a moment ago, where officials in Lebanon County, PA, where they're seeing a spike, said it's because people are tired of the mitigation measures. They don't want to wear masks anymore. Are these people who are getting sick and tired of wearing masks, are they vaccinated? Because if they're not vaccinated and they're choosing not to wear a mask and they're getting sick, isn't that their own doing?
Well, you've partly hit on it. This is the perfect storm of a number of things happening, Stephanie. We've got the B.1.1.7 variant accelerating, which is more transmissible. We have this one from California, the B.1.4.2.9 accelerating, and that's why it's easier for people to get sick because it is more transmissible, including younger people who are getting sick. That's problem number one. Problem number two, you have now this defiance of masks coming out of the conservative part of the country, and so wherever so that's a huge issue, that people are still defiant of masks, and now tragically they're defiant of vaccines. And we have at least 4 news polls now. The most recent one from the PBS NewsHour, but we have one from Kaiser. We have one we did with Texas A&M and a couple of others, all pointing to the same thing, that it's what's called white Republicans are in defiance of vaccinations. And that's a killer. And so we're still going to lose a lot of lives. And remember, Stephanie, we've only gotten a single dose into 40% of the country. So that sounds like a lot. But we know with a highly transmissible virus like this, we have to double that. We have to do a lot better, and we're not going to get there unless we can figure this out.
But those are the same people who are saying you're encroaching on my civil liberties, trying to make me wear a mask. Once the vaccine, and we're getting close, is truly available to all Americans, then can't we say, if you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice, but I no longer have to change my lifestyle. If you don't want to take the flu shot, Dr. Hotez, and I do every year, I don't actually care if you get sick.
Here's the problem, Stephanie, partly with that, and that is that if we're going to really get back to normalcy, and that means not requiring masks, going to restaurants and bars and ball games and all the things that we like to do, it means that to halt virus transmission or dramatically contain it and slow it, we know from this transmissibility of these variants now that we have to reach 80% of the population. And so this is what's so self-defeating, the fact that people want to be defiant of masks, yet they don't want to get vaccinated in order to get us to that place. And a lot of this is coming out of rhetoric from conservative websites. And I'm sorry to say this, but if you go listen to the evening news Fox anchors, it's pretty bad. You had Tucker Carlson going on several anti-vaccine rants. You had Laura Ingraham target me and other scientists the last couple of weeks. So this is so self-defeating for the country, and we've got to figure out how to turn that around.
And millions of people watch that. What about the rest of the country? There is growing talk about masks not being needed outside anymore. Israel just lifted their requirement. Should we do the same?
Well, Israel, again, is in that position, Stephanie, because they figured out how to vaccinate the country, and we haven't. So, yes, we will get there, but not with just 40% of the population having a single dose. And, in terms of wearing masks outside, it depends where you are. If you're out in the country, out in a rural area, and you're not coming across lots of people, yeah, I think that's probably okay. But, I'll take a walk in the morning with my wife, Ann, and it's an urban neighborhood. And we're still wearing masks because we know there's still a lot of transmission and still a pretty high number of people and a high density of people.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.